Yo, what's up, everybody? This is the Critical Sports Theory Podcast for October 22nd, 2021. With me, as always, my boy Adam.
Yay.
The Kreskin of college football.
It's a college football Friday, baby.
We got a lot of games to talk about.
Yay.
Got a fight coming up this weekend.
Yay.
It's going to be lit.
Yay.
NBA's in effect now.
You already know.
MLB playoffs.
Wow, game sixes, both sides. Game sixes, ALCS, NLCS. Let's go.
It's going to be amazing.
Show enough. NFL Sunday. Dun-dun-dun.
So what's up, Adam?
Pretty good, man. Finished the week. Friday, man. You know, we be working our asses off, too, during the week, man. You know.
Grind is real.
The grind is real. We're here for the PCast, but, you know, we got our little day giggies right now. Gigs, but, you know, it's Friday night.
What's going on tonight? How's that UCF game going?
The UCF game, we're not going to pick that game, guys, because it's already on. But it's a good one. 14-7 UCF at the Bounce House has the lead at halftime. Looks like. At Memphis, it looked a little shaky for Memphis early, down 14-0, but they scored and kind of stabilized the game a little bit for now.
Yeah, their defense is a little sus.
Yeah, definitely. That was a tough game to pick. Good thing we didn't really pick it. And long, you know, week 8 college football, you know, in the mix, big games. There's a, you know, at this point in the season, there's going to be some kind of big game every week. There's always going to be, at this point, a game that has relevance in terms of either a conference championship or the national championship or just, you know, some hot games. There's some good ones this week. No big time showdown, but some good ones. Some nice ones.
Let's talk about a few of those, Guy.
Word.
What's up with that Clemson-Pitt game?
That's a game, bro. See, that game is still, you know, Clemson is still the, how can I say this, the team in the ACC. I mean, obviously they have 2 losses this year. They don't look as good as they've been during the whole Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson era, which was like basically the last 6 seasons of those 2 guys at quarterback, which has been strong. And then they had in between 1 year of, what was his name at quarterback? They had a guy for a year in between Lawrence and Watson. He was pretty good. They lost in the semis that year, though. They weren't as good as with those guys. Even before that, Clemson football really started with Taj Boyd. He's the quarterback that kind of turned it around with DeAndre Hopkins and Sammy Watkins. If you know the Clemson history, like me, Taj Boyd really turned the program up. I remember they beat LSU in a bowl game. It was, you know, he turned them up where they were competing with Florida State. They were like neck and neck with State. Now, obviously, they've surpassed Florida State. But as we all know, when we go back into the ACC, Florida State was the Balagan, as they'd say. They were the boss of the ACC for a long time. The Noles. You know what I'm saying? Don't sleep on my nose. They would run in the ACC, and then Clemson finally caught up and was going toe-to-toe with them for a few years, and then Clemson overtook them. But yeah, so Clemson with Ucla they've been struggling. Every game's been a toughie. They've been pulling most of them out. They pulled a couple of close ones out against Georgia Tech, Boston College, Syracuse, real tight ones, ugly wins, but won them. But now they're playing against a team that is looking to take the ACC by storm in a year where it was very up in the air. And Pitt's been one of those teams that's been really cranking it up, playing really good football. And I like their quarterback, Kenny Pickett. I believe it's a 3-point spread. They're playing at Pitt. You know, if you follow me on Facebook, follow me, Adam Neal, on Facebook. I put out my top 5 quarterbacks for the NFL draft for 2022. And I've had Kenny Pickett at number 1 for a couple of weeks now. So I'm going with Pitt. Narduzzi, he's a solid coach. I like him. He's got good energy. Kenny Pickett can ball. He's gotten better and better every year. This is a guy who's really stuck to the craft and actually improved. You saw the athleticism when he was young, but, you know, he was young. But he's gotten better every year. And now he's at this point where he looks like a pro out there. He manipulates the pocket well. You know, he's very, very in control back there, comfortable. I heard some guys at Pro Football Focus podcast today. I was listening to them, and they were talking about how Kenny Pickett is older. It's not real. Clemson's going to shut him down this week. He's not going to have a good game. I'm going against Pro Football Focus, so mark this one down. Kenny Pickett has a big game against Clemson this week. Okay, Pitt covers, Pitt wins. It might go over, I don't know, but Pitt's winning and Kenny Pickett's having a good game. That's how this game's going down. So, yeah, take Pitt. I'm rolling with the Panthers at home, and I'm laying the 3 points. Come see me.
No balls.
I'm off to a hot start.
No balls. Laid it 3. But yeah, Clemson's got a sick program. I know
They have a great program.
You loved Clemson even when we were kids.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
You've always rocked with Clemson.
Yeah, but I'm going with Pitt though in this one.
Goon. Ballsy. What about that Northwestern Michigan?
That's an interesting game, the Northwestern Michigan game. Michigan's playing real well this season. They're back. This is a big year for them. Jim Harbaugh's kind of, coming back at the naysayers with right hooks and uppercuts, and he's throwing blows right now because they've been struggling. But right now, without their best receiver, they're 7-0, Michigan. In the top 10, they're playing good football. The defense is righteous, as it usually is under Harbaugh. The defense is tough, but they're scoring points now. That's a difference. But this game, Northwestern is starting to show signs of getting back to that Pat Fitzgerald football that we know from Northwestern. So to me, 23.5 points is a lot in this game, especially because Michigan kind of plays that, they're not going to play fast. They play a grinded out style. Northwestern plays a grinded out style as well. So I feel like it's a game where they can compete on a level for a while. I'm definitely taking the 23.5 in Northwestern in this game. Definitely. I mean, I may, whatever Michigan may have, but the odds are the Northwestern plays tough against Michigan this week. I see Michigan winning, but I don't see them winning by 23.5. So I'm taking the points for show in that game. Over-under, I don't really know. I don't even check the over-under. I could check it right now. It might be, if it's like in the mid-50s, take the under. I'll say that. If it's like a 53 or better, take the under. I don't know what it is, though.
All right, so next up, Purdue and Wisconsin.
Purdue, Wisconsin.
What's your take on this one?
Well, Wisconsin's lost 3 games this year to 3 good football teams at home, but 3 really good teams. They lost to Notre Dame, Penn State, and who was the other team that they lost to? Notre Dame, and Michigan. 3 really good programs, so they lost to, They beat Army in a toughie this past week in an ugly game, but they won. They're an okay team. Graham Mertz is a solid quarterback. I think they have this run base they just don't have the running game right now, so that's what makes them kind of lost. They usually have a dominant running game, and they don't right now, so they're kind of like, it makes them very mediocre, but dangerous, because they have good principles as a football team, good defense. But Purdue is a team that is, they're a little Jekyll and Hyde. When they got the running back going, what is it, Anthrop? No, not Anthrop. Number 40. He's the new all-star. He wears number 40, like all-star, Horvath. And David Bell, receiver, who's great. Purdue, if those guys are healthy and playing, I'm probably taking Purdue. Purdue, coming off that big win at Iowa last week, that was a big win for them. To go into Iowa City. Iowa's number 2 in the country. We know they're not that like a super talent type of team, but they're still a hard-nosed, good team. I know Riley Moss was out for Iowa, but still, that was a strong win for the Boilermakers. I feel like Wisconsin and Purdue are going in opposite directions right now. And I'm going to take the team going up. Although I don't love them on the highest of high meters, like I'd hedge with Purdue. I'd buy the 0.5 point and take Purdue minus 2.5. Probably going to be a good game, Purdue, Wisconsin, actually. I feel a good game coming. But I feel like, especially if Bell and Horvath are playing, I feel like Purdue got the 2 best players on the field. And that's why I'll take them. And their quarterback is probably more functioning than Wisconsin's quarterback. So
True.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. All right. So moving along, let's see, what's another good game here? Oh, Minnesota, Maryland.
That's an interesting game. And Minnesota, Maryland, fucking 2 states. One, we got Minnesota. We all know when went down in Minnesota recently. And then we got Maryland. Javonte Davis, Baltimore, Maryland. I don't know. Minnesota, Maryland. I mean, I like both of these teams by nature. I like Maryland coming into the season. They kind of faded a little bit recently. I know they got blown out of the stadium by Ohio State, but that's okay because that's Ohio State, so you can forgive that. But here, let me check this out real quick. I know Minnesota's coming off a couple of nice wins where they weren't expected to win. They went on the road to Purdue and won, and then they beat Nebraska at home last week. 2 nice wins for the Gophers coming into this game. I'm probably, who we got? Gophers, Maryland? Is that what we got? Yeah, we got Gophers, Maryland. I think the line, let me check the line. The line is 5. Let me just double check on this. Yeah, Wisconsin, Purdue was 3, like I said. Maryland, Minnesota, 4.5. Minnesota's a 4.5 point favorite and a 53.5. I like the over 53.5 in this game for sure. That I like for sure. There's gonna be points put on the board with these two.
That's what you're taking the over in that one?
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I might take, it's a funky game where there's value in actually taking Maryland money line just because they might, if they play well, they could win that game. So the money line's like plus 180. And there's definitely at least like a 35% chance, like a 30% chance Maryland could win the game. So that's why I'd say take the plus 180 just based off the numbers I do. Plus 180, might as well take them if the team has legit 35% chance to win the game, and Maryland definitely does. So I have to say that. But I also have a reason for that I could take Minnesota laying the points. Because I think Minnesota is kind of like high rising right now. I think they're kind of peaking. They're playing good football. I like Tanner Morgan. I like the way they run the ball, and I like the way their defense is playing. I could see them winning that game by 7. I'm just gonna take the over for now, but I don't dislike any play here. The Minnesota minus 4.5 play I think is strong, and you could throw Maryland money line if you want to. But I'm gonna go. You know what? Put the gun to my head. I'm taking Minnesota in the 4.5, but I'm taking the over. The over is the more prevalent bet. But if I had to take one, I'd rock with Minnesota. I like what I see from the Gophers recently, so.
True. All right.
You know what I'm saying? The Gophers, baby. The Gophers.
So.
The Gophers.
Damn Gophers,
Them
buddy.
Gophers.
I tell you what. What's up with that BYU and Washington State?
So we're talking about the Mormons here, BYU.
They're Mormons?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Brigham Young is Mormon. They're the Mormons of college sports, BYU.
Oh, boy. I wonder what that program's like.
It's kind of ill. Remember, they've had Steve Young.
Really?
Jimmer the God.
Oh, shit.
Remember Jimmer?
Jimmer, hell yeah.
Jimmer, yeah. Big shout to Jimmer Fredette. His BYU Nation. Let's go, Jimmer.
What did he ever do in the NBA?
He had some games where he could score. Like Jimmer's known, like you see Jimmer playing, you know that boy can score. He didn't really get a fair shake in the NBA because he happened to be drafted. This is crazy. But to the same Sacramento Kings team that little Isaiah Thomas was also drafted that year to the Kings. So like they're similar guys, right? Jimmer and Isaiah Thomas. So they really only needed one guy like that. So it was more like, because Isaiah Thomas was like shorter and he was even like the later draft pick. It was like the cooler story. So he got to get that big run over Jimmer on that team. I remember. And it kind of turned Jimmer into a nomadic player. But when Jimmer went somewhere and was deadly, I think it might have been was it the D-League or overseas or something like that? Jimmer was killing. I know he's on one team averaging like 35 a game somewhere.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Jimmer's a scorer. He's just born to score. But yeah, BYU at Wazoo, right?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna go with Wazoo because we support Coach Rolovich. They were winning they had won 3 in a row. Then they fired that man for that vax. BYU's lost 2 in a row. I like their coach, but I like Wazoo throwing the ball. I like Wazoo at home. I like them up in Pullman, the Palouse Posse, what they call them, the Palouse up there in Pullman, Washington. Pullman, Washington. Washington State Cougars, they're tough at home. I'm taking the Cougs plus 4.5 at home against BYU.
Oh, shit.
The Cougs, baby. We're looking for a couple of Cougars ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, all day, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So, we get the Cougs and we put money on the Cougs and we'll get some Cougs too. both ways. You know what I'm saying?
Oh boy. All right, so what's next here? Oh, Oregon and UCLA.
Woo!
I like this game. I want to hear your take on this.
This is a fucking
Who do you like?
Pac-12 special, baby.
Who do you like?
I know who I like already. I'm just gonna like stretch it out a little. I already know who I'm taking in that game. That's the actually reunion. You know, I just thought of this too. That's the Chip Kelly. What do you call it when you retaliation bowl? It's a Chip Kelly bowl. Chip Kelly got famous at University of Oregon, ran that high speed offense where he basically innovated a new offense at Oregon. Chip Kelly, right? And I don't know if you know his backstory. Then he went to coach the Eagles. The media hated him because he had an innovative style of offense and analytics and shit. He had brought some new shit to the NFL. Media was on his dick. They hated him. They tried to call him a racist. It was crazy. Anyways, he played. He was only in Philly for 1 year. Then he was out of coaching. Then he came back to UCLA. So now he's coaching UCLA against Oregon.
Oh boy!
So that's what always makes this an interesting game. Plus, both teams are playing well. Both teams could end up playing each other again in the Pac-12 championship game. That's how ill it is. It's a good game. I like UCLA. I like DTR, a quarterback. I mean, I like Anthony Brown, the quarterback for Oregon also, but I like DTR right now. I think he at home, I think this is a really good game. But I liked UCLA all year in the Pac-12. You know what I mean? So I'm going with the Bruins. Big shout to Bill Walton. What is he called? The Pac-12 Conference of Champions. Bill Walton was a gangster at UCLA, by the way. Just to throw that out there to y'all. Like, he's one of the greatest college basketball players of all time. If you didn't know that, Bill Walton, UCLA Bruins. Yeah, we're going with the Bruins here. UCLA, the powder blue. Big shout to Reggie Miller, Bill Walton, and all the UCLA Bruins out there. Kareem, all y'all. Anyways, yeah, we're going Bruins. Bruins are like 2-point favorites over Oregon at home. I'm going with the Bruins. Later 2.
Let's go.
Bruins by a touch.
I like that one.
Let's get it.
I like that one, bro. All right, so Oklahoma State, Iowa State.
Ooh.
I know you're excited about that one.
Yeah, because I like both of these programs. These are my 2 favorite teams in the Big 12. And Baylor I like too. Can't front. And I'm a fiend. I love the Big 12, by the way. I don't know about everybody else out there that kind of try to stun on the Big 12. They look at everybody's an SEC meat rider and this and that, ACC bet, whatever. I love the Big 12, and they get a bad rap in football and in basketball, like the Big 12, fake teams, whatever. I love the Big 12 in basketball and football. It's my favorite. Yeah, Baylor, Oklahoma State, Iowa State. I love all them teams. TCU. How do you not love those teams? Kansas State. It's just a dope conference. Texas Tech, it's dope. You got OU and Texas. I can't believe OU and Texas are leaving the conference, going to the SEC. That really hurts me though. I know they're getting other teams to replace, but the Oklahoma and Texas were the spearheads of the Big 12, man. That's the Big 12. You can't. Oklahoma and Texas can't leave the Big 12. That's crazy. I haven't even gotten to all this yet. Oh my God, that's gonna mess up college. Like, that's going to mess up college sports. Like, how are Oklahoma and Texas going to be in the SEC? That's wild. I don't know when they're doing that, like either next year or the year after, but so I'm going to enjoy this Big 12 right now. So we got Okie State, still looking for respect. Check this out. So Oklahoma State wins at Texas like I predicted, said they were going to be on the radar. They pulled it off. They go to Austin. They beat the Longhorns. Now they got to go to Iowa State this week, which is even probably a tougher game than Texas was, because Iowa State was a team picked to go to the Big 12 championship. They have a loss. They're still not out of it. This is a big game. And it's in Ames, in Iowa. Tough place to play. Oklahoma State on the road again, and they're getting 7 in this game. That's the crazy part. The Cowpokes, the Pokes at 7-point dogs on the road. It's like you want to take them so bad in this game. But it's scary because Iowa State could come out and lay the smackdown. But I'm going with the Cowpokes in this game. And I love Iowa State's big 3. They could smash them, but I'm just going with Mike Gundy. I'm saying Mike Gundy's crew's going to hang in. I'm going to take the Oklahoma State Cowboys in the 7. I'm going to buy a half a point and get them at 7.5. Let me just double check if that's still the line. I believe it is. Yes, 7 points. So I'm going to take Okie State plus 7.5 in Ames. Undefeated Oklahoma State against 2-loss Iowa State. But, losses to 2 tough teams. But, Iowa State, two losses already. Okie State's playing that undefeated game, and it gets tough. And this is a week where it gets real tough going to Ames. Imagine that. They're like the number 9 team in the country, undefeated, and they're a 7-point underdog on the road at Iowa State. So Vegas ain't giving them no love. I'm going to give them some love and take the 7.5. What's next, player? We out here.
Yo, Tennessee and Bama.
I just want to add to that. Spencer Sanders is a veteran quarterback for Oklahoma State, so it's not like you got nobody hasn't been out there before. The running back Warren is good, and I like what their defense is doing. Their defense is playing real well. They got to play real well Saturday, but I'm a believer. So we're gonna go with that. Would you say the next game, Tennessee and Bama?
Yes, sir.
This game, I got to know who the quarterback is because the quarterback's hurt. If Hendon Hooker is playing. I think Tennessee left a lot out on the field last week against Ole Miss. They lost. If Hendon Hooker is out this week and Joe Milton's playing, I'm taking Bama in the 25. That's the bet. But if Hendon Hooker plays, I don't know. I might take Tennessee. It's that much of a thing to me. If Hendon Hooker's got to play quarterback because with Joe Milton's a major step back, they'll get blown out. If Joe Milton plays. But if Hendon Hooker plays, they might cover the 25. But if Hendon Hooker doesn't play, bets are off. I'm taking Bama if it's Joe Milton. That's my call in that game. So I need to I be ready to bet that game like 15 minutes before the game. It's what time's that game? Just to let y'all know how to do this. That game is, I think it's at 3:30. Yeah, Tennessee and Bama is at, wait, hold on. Just double check. 3:30 or 7 o'clock? It's at 7 o'clock. So you got to be on that game like around 6 o'clock, 6:30 to find out, or if they mention it in game day, who's starting at quarterback for Tennessee. That's a big thing. Hendon Hooker, they're a much better team. They might cover it. With Joe Milton, I'm definitely taking Alabama. Definitely. And it's also because Alabama cruised last week, so they'll be more ready. Tennessee had a rough game with Ole Miss last week, a rough loss. There was a lot of emotion in that game, the Lane Kiffin game. So they might be a little drained against Bama this week. This game could get ugly with Bama. I could see Bama just smashing them.
How ugly?
It could be painful, bro. I'm talking about like, real painful for the Tennessee.
I wish one of your guys had children so I could kick them in their fucking head or stomp on their testicles so you could feel my pain because that's the pain I have, waking up every day.
Yeah, waking up every day.
Oh, boy.
That's the pain that Lane Kiffin brought to Tennessee fans last week. It was that type of pain.
Stomp their testicles.
Yeah. Oh, man. They must be tight. LK snuck out of there with a win last week with Ole Miss in Knoxville.
Oh, speaking of which, Ole Miss and LSU.
Ooh, Dele.
That's fire right there, bro.
That is
That's a good game.
Especially with LSU coming off the win against Florida last week. Surprising win. They won 49-42. It's weird, though. Eddie Orgeron's out at LSU after that win. He's going to finish the season off, which makes it weird. He's lame duck, but they're going to play for him, I guess. You know, Max Johnson's a good quarterback. I know LSU's receiver is out. That Boutte dude.
Boutte?
Yeah, he's a good receiver, though. You know what? I'm going with Ole Miss. What's the line?
I don't know.
Hold on,
actually.
I'll tell you right now.
I couldn't tell you.
I'll tell you right now. Ole Miss. Oh, here it goes. Ole Miss is 7.5, and it's the over under is 76. Whew. I like what I saw from Ole Miss last week, but they can get a little soft on defense. They play hard. I think there'll be points here. I like LSU's quarterback's pretty good, but Corral's playing for something right now. That win, I think Ole Miss. I'm gonna take Ole Miss minus 7.5 over LSU. I'm gonna say LSU gets weak on the road. They had an emotional win last week at home. They go on the road and they struggle at Ole Miss. Ole Miss minus 7.5. It's gonna be a lot of points, too. But I'm gonna take Ole Miss. I'm rolling with Lane Kiffin right now. I think Lane Kiffin's the hated Lane Kiffin. He's doing a good job at Ole Miss. People are sleeping right now. LK's a gangster. Don't sleep on my son.
Yo, my son, yo. All right, next. Nevada, Fresno State.
Ooh, that's a tough game. Two good offenses in the Mountain West.
Game.
Two big time offenses in the Mountain West, and Fresno and Nevada. Ooh, Carson Strong, the quarterback for Nevada, came in as like a guy who was up there for the Heisman contention, All-American contention, big tall quarterback. He's pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of his. He's good. But, I do really like Fresno's quarterback, Jake Hayner. I've seen him play. The game he played against UCLA, that was amazing how he was in that game. That was maybe the game of the year so far on the low. Like the best game I've seen was that Fresno State UCLA game. What a game that was. Fresno won in overtime, like 44 or in regular, something like 44-41, something crazy. That game was sick. Then I seen Fresno play. I forgot who else they were playing. They had a really good game with somebody else too. The next week they pulled out. It might have been UNLV or some bad team in the conference, but there's a good game. And it's a 64 over-under. It's going to be a quarterback shootout. So I'm taking over 64, Nevada and Fresno. Both quarterbacks are going to go in.
Who do you think is going to win, though? It's a toughie,
it's a tough game.
It's a toughie?
I mean, honestly, I really like Fresno. I like their quarterback better. But, you can take the 3.5 with Nevada. I'm just going to stay with the over. True. I don't know. I mean,
That's the safe bet, right?
No, it's never safe, but I really like the over more than each team. I feel like each team could win that game.
True.
It's
a smart bet.
But I think it's going to be it's going to be a points push in that game, over 64.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, your favorite, TCU.
Ooh.
TCU in West Virginia.
Ooh.
Take me home.
I'm going with the Frogs.
The Frogs.
TCU to bounce back. I mean, I know. Wait, hold on. Yep. Yeah, like nah. Nah, hold on. Let me find this shit.
It'll be the fucking game.
Yeah, TCU's like a 4.5 point favorite. I couldn't find it right now, but I know. Wait, hold on. The Frogs, the Horned Frogs of TCU. They're purple. They got I like the uniform. Here it goes. 4.5. TCU, over 56.5. I could see that game also going over. I could see at TCU they're putting up some points. It seems like the games at TCU been a lot of high-scoring games. That's a funky game. I'll go over 56.5 in that game too. Just points. I don't see these teams playing that much defense anymore. I see points in that game, over 56.5. Two veteran quarterbacks going at it. Turn up.
All right, next. Air Force and San Diego State.
Oh, that's a toughie. San Diego State got that weird sucky offense. Like, their offense gets just trash sometimes. Like, yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, bro. Especially on the road. The offense don't travel well. May the force be with you, Ant.
And also with you.
Yeah, because I know you're down with the force.
Oh, I'm strong with the force, my friend.
I know. So we're going with Air Force.
Let's fucking go, dude.
Dude!
I like it, dude.
Buy that half a point. Take Air Force minus 2.5.
Always
over San
buy
Diego.
that half a point.
Yeah. Why? Because look, you're Air Force a 3-point favorite. If you win by 3, you push. You buy the half a point, you cost you a little bit, but you end up winning. So you make the money. It's worth it. So instead of a push, you get the win, especially if you're dealing with like teasers and shit like that, or parlays. You don't want to get a push on a parlay. It's just
that could ruin your whole fucking day.
It actually doesn't, but you just lose. You win less money. So if it's like a 4-team parlay and one of the games is a push, it just goes to a 3-team parlay. You know what I mean?
That's not too bad.
It's not bad, but still, that's why I bought a half.
So you like the force, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Not to win by much. It'll be a tough game. What's the over-under? See, look how low the over-under is, 39. You see that? That's by far the lowest over-under of any college game this week. By far. 39. That's like NFL games hardly go that low anymore. Sheesh, that's how rough that game is. But go ahead.
All right, next up. Another good one right here. Utah and Oregon State.
Ooh. Oregon State is coming this year. They're playing much better. I like their coach, Jonathan Smith. He's the former quarterback at Oregon State. So, And they were good when he was the quarterback, so it makes sense that he's their coach. That makes them better, and they've been getting better. They won at USC earlier this year. They've won some nice games. Oregon State, they played a tough game at Purdue when they lost. Here we go. Here's Oregon State. I'm going to pull him up real quick. Let me get out of this Minnesota. Oh, wait, I can pull it up too. Sorry, I just wanted to pull up. Oregon State, that's right. That's right, baby. They're playing Utah. Sheesh.
How'd they do last week?
Who, Utah?
Yeah,
Utah
Utah
had a sick home win over Arizona State where they were down 21-7 at the half. Arizona State looked good coming in. They just looked like the team at this point. Like Arizona State was like, they just bust UCLA's ass at home on the road. Now they're in Utah up by 2 touchdowns at the half. So Arizona State's at this point, they're feeling themselves. Because Utah's a tough place to play too. And they're up 21-7 at the half on the road. Yo, Utah, second half though, boy. 28-0, they shut out Arizona State in the second half. And they win 35-21.
They unleashed the fury.
Yeah, and the week before that, they laid the smackdown at USC. So Utah right now is coming in hot, winning 3 in a row, beating Washington State, USC, and Arizona State in a row. They did lose to San Diego State and BYU before that. So they played a tough schedule. But they're hot, winning 3 in a row. But they're coming against the upstart Oregon State Beavs, who, and if you remember, they had a great NCAA tournament in basketball out of nowhere this year, Oregon State. Oregon State's like never in the NCAA tournament. They don't, all of a sudden, they were like in the Elite 8 this year. They had a sick run in the tournament. They were ill, Oregon State. I think they won the play-in game, and they just kept winning games. It was crazy. But in college football, they're having a good. After losing the opener on the road at Purdue in a tough game, they went on a streak. They beat up on Hawaii. They beat up on Idaho. They beat up USC on the road. They beat Washington at home. Then they lost by a touchdown to Washington State, which isn't horrible. So they're hosting Utah. This is a game, folks, in the Pac-12. 2 big ones in the Pac-12 this week. This is man, and we got, I think Utah's a 3-point favorite at Oregon State. This is what we're going to do. We're going to buy the half a point, and we're taking the Beavers at home. Oregon State at home over Utah. That's a sick game, too. We're going to get 3.5. We're going to take them home, and we're going to take a little money line on Oregon State. Don't fall asleep. They can win that game. For sure they can win that game. Make a little plus 130 or whatever that is on there. You know how we take that. You know how we do on here. We take that. We take those points, fellas. And ladies out there, that's what we do. That's how you make the little guap. You know what I'm saying? A little plus 135, son.
Oh, shit. No, now, this is a game I like right here.
Yeah.
NC State and Miami.
Woo! The Canes.
The Thug Bowl.
The Canes. Michael Irvin and the gangsters out here with Miami Hurricanes, but no more. They become kind of soft.
They're woke?
Yeah.
The woke Hurricanes?
Yeah, they went from playing in the Orange Bowl to like Sun Life Stadium or some corny shit like that.
Some corny Florida fucking place?
Yeah, their home games were in the Orange Bowl. You know, you had to go play Miami. You had to go play them in the Orange Bowl even during the regular season. It was gully. It was hard to win games at the Orange Bowl. No matter what, that was wow. You getting hard to win in Miami in the Orange Bowl? Nah, chill. Now though, going to Sun Life Stadium, you go slap them around. You know what I'm saying? The Canes. They're like, Sun Life, yeah. Sun Life Stadium ain't the Orange Bowl. So you know what? NC State's going in there, and you only got to give 3.5 with the Pac. Pac's been playing some rough, tough football. You know what I'm saying? Dave Doran's a good coach. He's been slow building that NC State program. They're a threat to the with Clemson down, this ACC is wide open. You got NC State, you got Wake Forest, you got Virginia, you got Pitt, you got all these teams in the mix. Even Louisville's in the mix. Boston College is still kind of in the mix. It's a crazy year in the ACC. Va Tech is out there, you know? And then you still, you know, with all of these teams, and Clemson is still alive. But everybody's right there. Like, it could, any one of those teams, North Carolina could win. Like, That ACC is crazy this year, but I like State. NC State -3.5. They got something to play for here. You know what I mean? And they're gonna get a win over Miami. They're gonna lay to 3.5. I could see them winning by 7-10 points. I could see a nice little. I don't know. It could be anything. I'm gonna go 31-17. NC State. Pack 31-17 over Miami. At Sun Life. Soft Life Stadium. For you Canes fans out there at Soft Life Stadium, getting smacked around.
Oh man! Now, this game right here, USC and Pop Pop's favorite college football team, Notre Dame.
The Irish.
Your grandpa's favorite fucking team.
Yeah, that's right, baby.
What's going on with this one? I know nothing of this game. I have no idea what's going to happen here.
These are true. This is a game that's every year they play. This is a rivalry game. This is a tradition game. They're playing in South Bend this time. And it's a 7-point game. What's the over-under in that game? Let me see. It's probably afternoon, 2:30. Where's the Notre Dame game? Well, I know Notre Dame is a 7-point favorite. Actually, I'm thinking it's a night game. Yeah, here we go. Sorry, fellas.
That's one
Here
of
it
those.
is.
There you go.
59 points over under with Notre Dame by 7 in South Bend. USC's been giving up points at home games in the soft home stadium in the Rose Bowl. This is going to be a night game. It's going to be a little chilly out there for USC. Notre Dame, I'm going under 59 in this game. I just feel like USC's defense is fast enough to kind of slow Notre Dame down. Notre Dame doesn't really score crazy on offense. They figure out ways on special teams to win. They've been getting kickoff returns to the house, defensive touchdowns, block field goals, stuff like that. They've been winning off that. Stopping teams on fourth down. I think their defense is going to play well at home, but I think USC's defense will be up to the task too. Notre Dame's not that explosive on offense, so I'm going under 59 here. I don't know. USC could cover. I don't think they're going to win the game. They could. It's not the craziest thing in the world to take USC plus 210 here, but I like under 59 with Notre Dame in this game.
Nice. Now is a very important question, right? Mm-hmm. I want to do a 4-game parlay.
Ooh, you want to do a 4-game parlay?
Yeah. So which games would you recommend?
Let's do one right now. Here? Oh yeah. Also tonight, I also wanted to tell you I love Colorado State over Utah State by the 0.5 point, 2.5. Colorado State 2.5 point favorite over Utah State Friday night. Mountain West football. I like Colorado State a lot in this game. Not a lot, but I like them. I'm comfortable in that game, so I'm going to take the Rams over Utah State. A 14 parlay. Let's see. Let's do one. I'm going to leave you know what? Yeah, I'm going to skip that Colorado State. 14 parlay. Let's see. Let's go slowly through this. All right. I like Purdue. I'm looking at it. I really want to throw Pitt in there, even though it's kind of... All right, you know what I'm going to do? I got to look through this. I'm getting trying to get the careful. You can't be too careful here. Let's see. BC Louisville's an interesting game too. Louisville -5.5 with BC. I think BC's a little weird, struggling. I don't know. I would take maybe Louisville there, but let me look through this real quick. Okay, so let's say that's too many points though. I hate that. I'm thinking Alabama if Joe Milton plays quarterback. I'm all over that. But you know what? Let's go first. Let's get risky here. We're gonna go with the over in the Nevada Fresno game, over 64. We'll do one of those. Mm-hmm. This 14 parlay, right? Then we're going NC State. You know what? I really like that NC State pick. I talked myself into it. Go NC State -3.5 over the Canes, right? There's so many ways to go here. I was going to say UCLA over Oregon. I mean, you know what? Let's go with Syracuse, Virginia Tech. I kind of like Kansas State. Interesting pick'em game with Texas Tech. I don't know about that. Might pick. You know what, fam? Let's go. let's find out what did we go so far? We took NC State. Okay, teams playing for something over teams not playing for something. We're gonna go that route. So we're gonna go with another game like that where somebody's really playing for something over somebody who's really not, and we're gonna go with let's see, where can we get a game like that? Another game like that.
Stupid fucking game.
State. Now they're playing for something. Hold on, let me just zoom through this real quick. You know what? Let's do the Northwestern. Nah, I want to stay with that thing. I want to find a game like that. Hold on, Ant. Whereas one team's playing for something, the other team's kind of not. Yeah, you know what? Purdue's playing for the Big Ten West right now. And I think more than Wisconsin, they are. So I'm gonna go. Let's go Purdue by the half a point, minus 2.5. Especially after beating Iowa, Purdue feeling themselves right now. And then we're gonna go. You know what we'll throw in there? That over in the Minnesota-Maryland game. 53.5.
Solid.
We'll go over in that game. Let's do another one too. You want to do another one?
Another 4-game
Yeah,
parlay?
I'm gonna give you another one.
All right.
Let's go Pitt over Clemson. Now
Okay.
we're going with the teams that we just think is funky. That are turning college football this year. Pitt over Clemson, minus 3.5. We're gonna go with UCLA over Oregon, minus 1. There's another one. We're gonna go. Did we do that Northwestern game yet?
No.
Let's take that 23.5. Put in the back pocket.
Take it Northwestern.
Yeah, boy.
Right.
And as dogs. And then we'll throw in let's see. Wazoo, Washington State, getting 4.5 at home against BYU, playing for Coach Nick Rolovich, who just got fired. They're going to be on fire in the Palouse this week on Saturday against BYU. If anything, they're covering. If anything, take that money line, that plus 155. You know what I mean? You're doing that in a different bet, but yeah.
It's like that.
It's all right. So
Cool.
there's college football for the
There's
weekend.
the bets, baby.
I'm hyped. I just got myself hyped for tomorrow.
And tomorrow we come back with some NFL picks.
Yeah.
Hit them hard. So
Yeah,
hopefully everyone makes some money this weekend.
Yeah. We'll do NFL picks tomorrow.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Then we also got the fight tomorrow.
Yeah, Herring, looking for Herring. Yo, I got a lot of parlays running on Herring, so I need Herring to win. It's definitely a tough fight against Stevenson. Stevenson's more talented, probably more skilled, but I just feel like Herring's night is tomorrow night. The intangibles, I just think there's a lot of karma, a lot of intangibles involved in this fight, more than just straight boxing. I feel like there's different energies here at play, and I like Herring tomorrow night. Baseball tonight. What's going on with the Astros right now? Astros and Red Sox are playing Game 6, pivotal Game 6 in Houston. And then tomorrow night, Braves-Dodgers Game 6. I'm looking for the Braves to close out, against Scherzer. I know they just lost Game 5. Now they're back in Hotlanta. They're going to be going, oh.
Yeah, that place is going to be fucking rocking, dude.
They're going to be doing the tomahawk chop. The Braves are going to win tomorrow night, Game 6. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, that's a wrap.
It's a wrap, baby. See y'all tomorrow.
Peace.
Peace.